Ready?
All right, welcome. We're here with the Olympian. Yes, gold, or excuse me, he was a world championship gold medalist, bronze in Beijing. Yep, 2008. Right? Yep. I knew that. I just didn't want to sound like a fool. David Oliver, head coach of Howard University. Welcome, coach, back to Chicago.
It feels good to be back, and had a great time last year, so I'm looking forward to seeing what Chicago has to offer in 2023.
What kind of goals do you have this week? I know you have your championship season coming up. What kind of goals are you looking for from your team this weekend?
Really just to go out here and compete. This is a very high-level meet. Kareem in the University of Wisconsin has done an outstanding job putting this meet together over the past few seasons, and we're just happy to be a part of the proceedings. And it's an opportunity for our student athletes to get out here and kind of stomp with the big dogs, as they say. And it's a chance for us all to step up and see where we're at going into the championship season.
Year six-ish of your career at Howard. How do your goals change from an athlete to a coach?
I don't think they change at all. The level of expectation is winning and being the best. That's as an athlete, and you carry that same mentality as a coach, and you kind of instruct that to the student athletes. I think that's why we've been able to have great success in a short period of time at Howard. We were a program that scored 1 point at the conference championship in 2018, and indoors, and a couple years later, women's teams bringing home championships and scoring points at the NCAA level with multiple individuals at the national championship. So that's the level of expectation. That was the expectation I had as a student athlete at Howard, and one that I now have as the director of the program.
So you obviously a very accomplished track athlete yourself. Last year, one of the things that I noticed is you have a very personal relationship with a lot of your athletes. I'm wondering, in practice, do they ever try and see if Coach Oliver still has it?
Well, I mean, they asked, but look, I made it 13 seasons with no surgeries, things like that. I'm not about to be out here, one of those coaches on one of those scooters because they done blew their Achilles out or something. That's not me. So I didn't know no more results are going on my Wikipedia page or anything else. So there's no need for me to try to assert any dominance in practice or anything of that nature. But I mean, we had fun. The student-athlete relationship is the most important thing when you're trying to build a program and work with young student-athletes. So, I just try to work on that a little bit at a time. And we just have a great time in Washington, D.C., and we really do.
How do you, coach? How do you, your program is thriving, but we see this all the time. A coach such as yourself is high profile. There's higher profile programs that may come after you. Is that something that you see yourself maybe coaching post-collegiate perhaps one day, or sticking at the college round, or maybe going to like a higher name program?
Man, it's kind of like who's to say those programs are like a higher level than us? Track and field is a sport where if you amass the talent and you coach that talent and do extremely well, you could become number one in the country too. It's not like football or basketball where you have to play a conference schedule. We're out here, MEAC school, out here competing with the UCLAs, the Wisconsins, Oklahomas of the world, and we're, in a lot of events we'll hold our own.
So hold on though, because this past season there were some programs there's some coaches that retired.
Yeah.
And there was for example, I'm just throwing this out there, the Oregon job, which is one of the great jobs out there. And so you're telling me that when those jobs open up each year, you don't like think like maybe.
No, I think maybe I'm not mature enough in my coaching journey at this time. This is I've been 5 seasons doing this, so I have a mission at Howard. This is my school. This is where I went, and I'm here to build the program into like what I feel like it should be, and build the program out from an infrastructure standpoint. All that. It's not just about what the results are. It's like it's more of a meaning than just who's running fast, who's doing this and that. Like everything. I got an outstanding athletic director in Kerry Davis and president and Dr. Frederick that support our program. Pretty much if I need something, I go to Mr. Davis. I'm like, hey, we need X, Y, and Z. He's like, hey, coach, do what you got to do. It is no, oh, well, maybe, they support us. So in life for me, it's like you chase happiness and chase good management, that's all you need. Everything else will come with that. And, you know, I'm happy. I'm back at home, and the management is outstanding. You know, the grass is not always greener on the other side. I firmly believe that.
Okay.
So going back to building out the program, what are kind of your main principles, or what are you building it off of? Where would you like to take it?
Well, just where we just have like a national ranking. You know, get the program where we're like a dominant conference level program, but we still are able to go to the national meet and score points and go to the Oregon or Texas, wherever that meet is, and like really be there to compete, not just showing up and happy to be there. So just like I wasn't when I was an undergrad, I went to those meets and wasn't just happy to be there. I was there to perform, to win. You know, I never got to win, but maybe one day at Howard somebody will win the national championship in an event. I don't know, but that's a goal, that's a dream, and something I would really love to see. But to your point about like programs and things like that, we all can't predict the future. Shoot, somebody might come out here and be like, hey, here's the offer you just can't refuse, and then you just got to do it. This is a business, and we are professionals, and not professional coaches, but you know, our professional athletes. But still, this is our business.
Right.
You got to be realistic too, because I won't lie, because I get that question a lot in recruitment, and it's like, I'm not going to lie to you and be like, oh, I'm going to be here forever. I'm here to change the world, or, you know, all that stuff. I just, you know, but I have no plans, you know, in the near future to be anywhere but in Washington, D.C.
All right.
Going into a meet like today, something that's, you know, really high caliber, what do you tell your athletes to expect in the game?
Oh, nothing. Nothing there. Because thinking makes you slow. And you put extra pressure on it, nah, just do what you've been doing. You're perfectly fine. Go out here, compete, run to win, and then see what happens. That's the beauty of track and field. You run a meet, and maybe it doesn't go your way, but guess what? In about 7 days, you have another opportunity again. So, yeah, I'm not adding any extra pressure, any extra stress to them. You know, they know who these schools are, but I just work on their mind so much that they believe that they're better. So that's all you got to do. You have to always believe. Dominate what's between your left and right ear, and you'll dominate anything.
All right, that's it. All right, Coach.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you. I look forward to a good weekend.